Is Julie Marino here? Welcome to committee, you may begin.
Thank you, Chair Stewart, Vice Chair Davila, Ranking Member Sweeney, and members of the House Finance Committee for the opportunity to testify on the importance of the Foster to College Scholarship Act, which I respectfully ask you to reconsider and include in the House budget bill. Last week, 10-year-old Priya, who I think you remember, she was about this tall, testified before this chamber about the bill and how it would allow her to go to college to become a nurse. Chair Stewart said that it was the best testimony we've seen all year. Today, Priya is back in her 4th grade classroom, and when we tell her that this funding was omitted, she'll be really disappointed. I'm here as a member of the Junior League of Columbus, seeking answers about why we'll have to deliver this extremely sad news. My name is Julia Marino, and I'm a postdoctoral scholar at The Ohio State University in National Security Studies. In my brief testimony, I'd like to highlight 3 areas. First, the Foster to College Scholarship Bill. Second, the urgency of passing it. And third, some questions that we in the Junior League have about the bill. First, the Foster to College Scholarship Bill. Core to the Junior League's mission here in Columbus is to help youth transition out of foster care, whether through our community service programs, our mentoring programs, or fundraising. We want these young people in our city to have every opportunity we'd want for our own children. Through my role on the Junior League's advocacy team, I've witnessed how many people in this chamber, in the league, and inspiring people throughout the state of Ohio who have fought for this bill with unwavering dedication for years. I've met amazing people like Jay Brown, who aged out of foster care in her 2nd semester at the University of Cincinnati, was forced to drop out upon her emancipation, and ended up homeless. As she recounted to the House Children's and Human Services Committee a few weeks ago, I've slept in my car, gone days without a shower, missed meals, and went hungry, all while being a single mom working multiple jobs. Yet she still graduated at the top of her class at the University of Cincinnati, joining just 3% of former foster youth who earn a bachelor's degree. I encourage you to read her testimony, along with Priya's and many, many others which we've submitted for the record today. I think the American dream depends in part on ensuring we don't forget young people who don't have parents to advocate for them. Which brings me to the second part of this testimony, why I think this bill is so important now. As you all know, we live in polarizing times. But for me, it's been moving upon moving to Columbus to see how many Ohioans of all different political parties roll up their sleeves to advocate for foster youth. When I talk about contemporary politics to my friends back home in New York, I tell them about meeting so many people of faith and people of goodwill here in Ohio who set aside their differences to stand up for these young people. Democracy flourishes when it delivers, when citizens see that their advocacy matters and that their government can work on their behalf. Yeah, for me, a young idealist, pretty young, it's easy to lose heart when something like HB 25 is left out of the budget. But as a historian, I know democracy requires persistence. So in the third part of my testimony, I'd like to ask you a few questions. The Junior League of Columbus is meeting tonight for our general membership meeting at the Public Library, main branch. And so 50 women will be there and waiting for an update on this bill. So I just wanted to ask a few questions. Why isn't the bill advancing, given its bipartisan support? My understanding is that 85 House members voted yes on it last year. And second, why isn't the bill advancing when Representative Andrea White noted at the House Children's Committee that it would probably save Ohio money in the long run? I learned that half of people who experience homelessness in our country had spent time in foster care. So now whenever I pass a homeless person, I wonder, would they still be homeless if we had provided them the tuition support to go to college, last dollar tuition support, after all federal grants have been applied. And third, if despite all this the bill fails, what do you recommend we as a junior league can do to continue supporting these students, especially a student who says to us we'd like to attend college but we don't have the means?
Thank you for your testimony. Questions from the committee? Representative Ray.
There we go, finally got it on. Thank you so much for being here and testifying. We talk so often about breaking the cycle of poverty. Do you think the Foster to Scholarship program would help to do that?
I do. I see that in the surveys of Ohio foster youth, the majority of them say they would like to attend college, and something is holding them back. I've worked for a time at a nonprofit called Come to Believe, which provides wraparound support and allows for two-year college students to, there are ways to help these students, and money is one of the main things holding them back. So if we can provide them that mentorship, that guidance, I understand that the bill includes funding for someone who can provide students the guidance on where to apply for aid, where to apply for these grants, so that money isn't the obstacle holding them back. In my own family, my aunt and uncle died suddenly a couple summers ago, and I've watched my cousins drop out of college after that, 2 of them. And it's really hard to get through college if you don't have parents to support you, even if you have a loving family all around you. And if money is the obstacle, it shouldn't be, because these kids have been through so much already. So yes, I think it would make a big difference. Thank you.
Follow up. Representative Gerald.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Julia, so much for coming in today. My question to you really is, I think probably the most important question I can ask is, if we don't do this, and we look at the students and the people that you are going to come in contact with and talk to who are in foster care, and they're navigating this challenge, what do you think that they will want to say to us as committee members? Obviously from folks like Priya and so many others who've come into this body and told us about their experience, they really lay their heart on the table. And so as someone who, you may be one of the last people that we talked to related to this issue, what do you think folks will want us to know as we're making these decisions on what's important in this budget?
I think back about Priya's testimony last week and how she was so just filled with hope and optimism. And she's too young to know that life is not going to give her everything she wants. And she definitely knows that given her experiences. But she came here, she was so happy. Her foster mom was texting us, like she was on cloud 9. She felt so listened to, so supported. I think it's not every day a foster child gets high fives from 7 different representatives, and representatives are coming to talk to her, they're calling her. This is a bill that would make her dreams feel like they can continue. And I think she would just want to say to all of you, I thought we were on the same team. You high-fived me, like, what's happening? I don't understand. I don't understand. So yeah, to me, it just makes a lot of sense. I think the foster youth would say that too. I think 35 states already have this. Our friends in all of our surrounding states have similar provisions. I think these foster youth have been through so much already. Like if money is what's holding them back, that's not okay.
Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony.
Thank you.
Our next witness will be Janae Boone. What's that? We need to move. We're going to break in 15 minutes. Yeah. Janae Boone.
Janae is Priya's foster sister, and she unfortunately is in testing right now, so she was hoping to come later in the day, but it won't work out.
Miss, if you don't mind, Rep. Schmidt had a question since Janae Boone's not here.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, thank you for your testimony. I see the importance of this, but when we're cobbling together a budget, sometimes bills that are in the hopper have a little bit more complicated issues that need to be addressed outside the budget. So just because this may not make it in the budget, please do not lose hope, because it still is a working bill, and you and your junior leagues across Ohio can mount some campaigns to hopefully get this addressed in some way. So please do not lose hope.
Thank you so much.
I want to double back and see if any folks have come in that we called earlier. Is Tony Seegers here? I do not see Tony. Melinda Witten, Tony Love, or Amy Albery. Okay. For those who came in a little later, we're going to break for each of